Good morning, this is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to continue our journey through the Radiant Estate in Darkest Dungeon. We are on week 85. We've completed one of the wings of the Darkest Dungeon. I don't think we're quite ready to go into the next wing. What I'm going to do instead is we're going to go on a medium mission into the Cove that will trigger the Calm Waters, Gentle Tide town event, rather. And my hope is to take this team of a level 3 Crusader, a level 3 Jester, and a level 3 Houndmaster, along with Kinna the Vestal, and get them up to Resolve 6. I don't know if we can do that in 2 missions into the Cove, but we might be able to. And especially if we get a high level, a champion level mission to trigger next, as long as this team is strong enough to manage that. So let's provision. Some of your heroes do not have all of their combats. Okay. Cancel embark. Who doesn't have combat skills? Oh, you have no combat skills equipped. Well, not no combat skills. Let's... Oh, this is stress release. Okay, so we'll go there. This seems like a fine group. So we could do some stress relief as needed. Oh, we do have to take those with us. I didn't know that. We'll take a full set of shovels. Take a couple of keys. Oh, there was that creepy face-shifting stuff again. We will take a bunch of food. And we will also take torches. We do not want high stress. Alright. Let's go ahead and go. This is a medium mission, so we have 1 camp. And this is a group of level 3 heroes with the maximum equipment in a medium encounter, a veteran encounter. Should go fairly smoothly and get us a bunch of Resolve XP thanks to taking with a hero who has been to the Darkest Dungeon. I equipped them all with reduced stress trinkets. My goal is to make sure that they are all suited for immediate redeployment. So if we can find some maps,
the stuff is only the first test.
That will help us out. The faster we can find these objectives, the better. I don't think we get like additional Resolve XP by hanging out longer. Alright, nothing there. We got some scouting though, so give us some input. There's a quest location right there. I'm not gonna mess with that at all. That should be an easy trap for our Houndmaster to take care of. A second trap. Very good. And we can go into our next room. There will be combat here. So let's see how this group fares in fight. With this many units, I think we hound. You know what? Actually, let's start using dog treats. Might as well benefit from those. Team's a little bit slower than I would have liked. Let's strike down that one. I did not expect to get a crit there, but it moves people up so that we can get the harvest on 2 good units. Now we've got a dead Oracle who's been guarded, basically wasting the turn of the Bulwark. This will live 1 more turn. So I think you go for a judgment there.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And
slowly, gently.
From there we want...
Is taken.
I guess we actually want our Jester 1 space back for the most part, so he can do Inspiring Tune. I do not have a stun, surprisingly enough. Let's Bulwark of Faith. And then we'll start stacking up a bleed. Well, we'll work on it. Wrong direction, buddy. Maybe we can get a stun, even though we've deliberately nerfed ourselves by taking that trinket. And we can Inspiring Tune. Start dealing some stress healing. I would also like to take Kin on the next mission as well. He's still pretty well protected with for one more round. We could do some healing here. Yeah, so I've been looking at it, and our next journey into the Darkest Dungeon is going to involve fighting several bosses. I'm not reading into the exact details of the encounter, but Gestures or Houndmasters are recommended because they have stress healing potential. So that's something I'm considering, and that's one of the reasons I'm working on these. Alright, what if we take it with us? Archer's Ring, probably not necessary. The Emerald, though, that's probably worth making space for. I'm not going to open that clam. I'm going to head east. We've got one of these wards we can take care of right away. That one's set to go. We've got combat coming up, 86, that's not a problem. We have surprised them. Let's go ahead and apply that bleed. One of them dodged. It's a tough call. And again, I'm going to go ahead and just use my dog treat. Might not be the most effective use of the dog treat, but... Oh, this is not great. Judgment might get the kill. It's not going to get it this turn or next turn. Well, fantastic.
Annihilated.
So we've killed one unit in our first turn, which is vaguely embarrassing. We've been thrown out of position, so we won't be able to do stress healing. But I don't know that we were going to do that right off the bat anyway. Well, maybe we were. Okay, Houndmaster goes. I'm actually going to reposition so that we can do the stress healing. Because we should be able to more or less kill everything else effectively. This is bleeding for 2 damage for 2 more rounds. We need to do just a little bit more damage to it. I guess we'll do all of it instead. And we will judge here. And we have one more turn to do a little bit of stress healing. Keeping things under control.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
And moving on. I am not concerned about that for 2 reasons. One, we're probably going to have to come back this way. Unless we get some incredibly lucky spawns. What was back there that I didn't touch? Oh, right, it was a clam. Now we're gonna eat some food. Lots of reasons to use shovels here, but I don't want to do that. I goofed up by not having my torch set up. I only have myself to blame for this stress. See if we can't eliminate a bunch of these guys right away.
Impressive.
Get those bleeds on. We did. they may bleed to death before they get to do much more. Not quite there on that. A little bit of stress relief for the Vestal herself, thanks to a crit. There's a guard, so the only... Well, actually I have a solution. Oh. I was sure that the Oracle was going to bleed to death. How perplexing. Alright, stress relief. Eldritch Pull is dodged, that's fortunate. I'm going to stack up the bleed here directly.
Quakes.
Followed by a Zealous Accusation.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And I suppose we go for some more heals. Little bit unnecessary.
The slow death.
Then we work on a little bit more stress relief. While we chunk down the remaining enemy before he gets to the stage where he calls for help. Could also be doing Inspiring Cry. Let's try getting a stun off. One more turn should do the work we need it to do. Just trying to keep everyone's stress in check so that nothing bad happens. Alright.
Is the weapon that cuts on its own.
More trinkets. Nothing we really need. Another journal page. I mean, so I probably should have just like drank the holy water, but if we open this with a key, it has deeds and busts and so forth in it, so we want those. And I think you take them in place of these journals, even though I had just made space for them, because in the long run, we need to finish the estate. If we finish the estate, then we can basically take whatever the heck we want. And of course, that'll probably be the time when those things no longer drop. Oh, we got surprised. I cannot believe that happened to us. Okay, things not starting off great. Let's start doing what we can. The resisting the bleed is hurting bad. You should have resisted that. Inspiring Cry. Do we want to turn? Do you want to become a buff bot in the back row there? Depending on where health ends up, maybe we move our Vestal. Actually, I can move our Vestal back via that transaction. Then maybe we just start marching forward. Resisting the bleed is good. We're going to Hound's Harry again because we don't have access to our single target attack. We can now... Oh, do we want directly heal or do we want Judgment? If we had a bleed out there, that would make that a much easier choice. But Hound's Harry again, gets the kill, starts to apply the bleed. Let's dive forward with our Jester, who can then do the finale. Inspiring Cry. Do some stress relief. Maybe we go for the damage. Very high protect. So it's not not buying us what we desperately need. We are far enough back now on our Houndmaster that we can use our direct target attack, but 8 damage per round with no bandages and no one to heal it. That's rough. To get some heals on there before he bleeds to death. So he's still going to take 16 more damage. And we're getting... This fight is taking long enough that I worry about reinforcements. Alright, he's dead next turn, and we'll find out if... Oh, he got the bleed. Nobody freaked out, so it looks like we didn't drag this fight on too long. I guess we can put a target mark out there. And we can cleanse some stress. And I suppose Inspiring Cryo for a little bit of health. And more health. Perfect. Everyone got to go before he bled to death. What? Okay, now that was my fault. Let's go ahead and finish him off.
Alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
We can pick up some more food and then rearrange our party back to a functional method, and we need to check this hallway where we were going to look for our quest items. I'd say that things are not going amazingly well, but they're not going terribly either. A Call of the Deep buff right off the bat is not something anyone wants to see. And that is a lot of stress. So, we Hounds Harry.
Precision and power.
Lots of resists that I don't like. A dodge I don't like. Yeah, that's bad news. Now we are getting the benefit of dodges, so that makes me happy.
Obliterated.
Move these units up. Maybe our Jester can apply a more effective bleed next turn and kill these 2 stress givers before they cause us too much more trouble.
A decisive pummeling.
Alright, that won't quite get the job done. But this might. Five damage. What was the other one? Dead. Alright. We can then Inspiring Cry back here. Bonus stress reduction. Very good. These fights would probably be taking a little bit less time if I was not so focused
Creatures can be felled
on keeping our stress low. These deeds, not the most important thing, so we'll leave them behind for now. Put a Jester back in row 3. We have scouting. There is a quest location there, so we've got... Oh, and a respawned quest, or a boss encounter. Words. Words, they happen. So a couple of 15 hit point dudes and a big boy. And our Vestal was hit with every little thing that could have done to us. Some stress. Let's harvest. Followed by Hounds Harry. And then I think you smite here, right? No, you use Zealous Accusation. Because you might be able to kill both of them. Target the ghoul in the back. Vestal just covered in stress. Let's stack up more of a bleed on that ghoul. And then our Crusader can worry about stress. Big strong heal. Taking 10 damage per turn with bleed. We probably can take him out this turn. Like that. Alright. Get a little bit more stress out of there. And he's dead, but we'll maybe go for a little bit of bonus stress relief with the crit. We didn't get it. A little bit more gold. I will leave that behind. We want these paintings so that we can convert them. But again, we don't have the space in our inventory currently. But I think we will in the future, so I'll just be done for now and move on. Oh, we're backtracking? I was like, what? Why is that crate open? Alright, then we go north to a quest location. And this is taking a little bit longer than expected. I don't like these layouts. Again, crests are important, but yeah, we need to clear up some space in our inventory. Gold, fine, yeah, I would like it, but maybe I just shouldn't have opened those two things until after I went into this room and I was backtracking. Don't have to do anything here except for place the ward. I don't feel like our stress is in the right place to camp yet. If we expose all of this and there are no quest locations... Alright, well, we won't have to explore the other side of this dungeon. There's the good news. The bad news is that we could have opened a lot of those treasure chests that required shovels. So I might go back for them. Now that we've got our inventory starting to get more under control. So let's explore this last hallway, get this trap, and we will upgrade our light to it's 100% when we hit this group. We'll want to kill the thralls first to avoid anything dangerous. Harvest. Yeah, I think you harvest there. Followed by a Hound's Harry, and then I think he still goes Zealous Accusation, and finish it off with a Judgment. There we go. 100%, everything dead. But again, the wrong items to be dropping for us right now. We could make room like that.
Purchase, spirits are lifted, and
yeah, I'm okay with that.
Clear.
Got an extra torch. Alright.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require
Now the question is, do you camp? Oh, we have a fight. That's frustrating, because... yeah, we're gonna get loot from this. But now, definitely, you camp. With the goal of getting our stress back under control. Little bit of damage coming out. I'm not overly concerned about it. It's both the last fight we're in and also a fight right before we camp. Judgment on the back there, I think, is the best plan. Lots of bleeds out there. I don't think everything's gonna die to bleed this turn, but it's gonna be a close one. Lots of things at 1 hit point. Resisting the bleed is the right call for us at the moment. I think a direct heal on our Houndmaster will save him some grief. And we're going to stress heal Kinna directly. Darn. I considered not acting. Or I considered hitting that unit instead. Now everything is going to die next turn, yes, except for him. So we'll kill that unit. And then it's just stress heal bonanza on our Vestal. Anything we can do. Aw, they went first. Alright. We get to pick up an extra emerald, extra set of crests.
A dizzying fall.
Then we put the protective ward in place. And we are going to continue adventuring. We are going to camp. We're going to do a full feast.
It's a goal without hope.
And then we are going to self-only, 1 companion. Reduces their stress gain. That's not so good. Okay. All companions lower stress. 1 companion. I guess I don't well, 30 if afflicted minus... Oh, okay. So they get 45 stress reduction if they were had popped over. Yeah, that more or less is everything we need right now. Sanctuary to prevent nighttime ambush. Is there anything we can do for all companions? I mean, I guess we can do that. And then a rest.
The match is struck.
Now our goal was to head backwards and hit these 3... Oh no! Alright, well I dodged it. That was my fault for not looking ahead of me. We want to very quickly head back. There are 3 spots that we can very quickly get use our shovels for and get loot. It's costing us a bit of stress, but I don't think it's going to be a dangerous level. As long as I don't accidentally step on a trap again. I got lucky to dodge that last one and remind me that it was a thing that could occur. Alright, let's head back this way. We got shovel number 1. There we go. Totally worth it. Any other traps in here? No.
The light.
We're not going to get any scouting because we've been to all these locations before. So it's not like we're going to discover a secret room. We can then shovel here. Oh, we get a replacement shovel. Okay, and then we've got a clam in the next room. The curio down to our south was a one of those reliefs, a boss relief or whatever. More gold. So yeah, maybe we get lucky here. Yeah, nah, not worth it. Could be a disease. So I think you take what you got. Head out, and this may, in fact, depending on what we get here. So they're all up. None of them leveled, which kind of surprises me. Like I thought for sure that this would push them up. Or were they 3s? Were they 3s? Now I can't remember. Maybe you remember. But then we should be able to send them out on another mission. Also, with the Vestal at their side. and get just
The advantage is ours.
tons of resolve. We'll have to deal with the fact that she has vertigo, which is a move resistance reduction. Unfortunate. And we'll also want to do some setup of things, cleanse off any diseases or whatever that we want to get rid of on other folks. For the time being, though, I think we can finish the upgrading our base. So I need 23 busts. So if we convert all of our deeds to busts, that doesn't put us quite there, but if we switch to these, and I need 13 more. 13 cost me 39, I think that's fine. If I'm doing my math right. Come on, here we go, 23 and 37. 23 and 29, I was fine.
A man in a robe.
So there we go.
Claiming communion with the
Our town is completely rebuilt. I just received the Steam achievements. They don't pop up when I'm pulling the file the way I am. But that's 100%. Town fully rebuilt. We are on week 86. If we can complete the final darkest dungeon by week 99, that's an achievement in itself, and it should be possible. Yeah, and then roster goals, we're looking for, we need an antiquarian at rank 6. Do we have an antiquarian available to us in the stagecoach? Nope, not yet. I'm sure one will show up. So, did we get these guys in a position that they can... Nope, not yet. They cannot switch to rank 5 weapons until they are rank 5. Alright, well, I'm pretty satisfied with how that dungeon, or how that run went. Took a little bit longer than I expected it to, but everyone's in a perfect position. We're going to be able to go again right away. Alright, we have defaulted a level 1 mission. So, here's an interesting thought. These guys would have to go into a rank, a cove mission to get the bonus XP. They would have to go into a cove mission that is a champion level, but they didn't quite get there. That would not be wise, I don't believe. So what we'll probably want to do instead is maybe go with Mounted here and go into a rank, a cove 1. That's really boring. I probably won't do that on camera, and it's probably not even going to be worth that much XP, but it'll be something to do. So, I thank you for tuning in today, and perhaps the next time you see me, we will be attempting the second wing of the Darkest Dungeon. I'll try and do a little bit of setup today to get us prepared where a team could manage that. Thank you for tuning into this episode. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the up button. Was it a thumb? Thumb, yeah. And then you can also follow the channel to be notified when new episodes are posted. You can follow me on Twitter at itsboats. And above all, you can have a great day.